Okay, so the Multilingualizer, what it does, it lets your website handle any language. It lets it speak any language. So you see up here on this Squarespace site there's a couple of language options, English and French. So I want you to pay attention to this text here. I'm going to show you two different ways to use the Multilingualizer. This part here about the Malmaison Hotel, actually all of this, including these bullet points. And then this part here, just the top part for Holiday Inn Express. Okay, so you can see it's currently in English. Alright, so I'm going to switch over to French and I'm going to show you how that works at the back end. So here it's doing it, and then we've got the same section in French, and then this section here also in French. Now I did these in sort of slightly different ways, so you'll see what I mean. Now you can use any text any of your normal website editors. This example is using a Squarespace. So you see here's the top part. This is the English version of the Malmaison Hotel with the hyperlinks and the bullet points and everything. And then there's the French version. Okay, so the Multilingualizer, how does that figure out what it needs to do? Okay, so what you do if you're starting off a Multilingualizer block, you put 4 full stops. And then once you're finished, you finish with 4 full stops. And to separate your languages in between, you put 2 full stops. Okay, and then what that'll do, that means that the first language comes up, that's whatever you've named here, whichever one is your first one, so that is English, and your second one is French. Okay, so that's as simple as that. So I'll show you how that works again. That means that what it is actually doing is it's removing the block that it doesn't need. So in this case, it's removed the English text from the page. But the reason that's important is because we have big competition from a company called Localize, but they actually inject the translations onto your page. The reason that's really bad is because it means that Google, for your search engine results, Google can't see any of your translated text with their version. Okay, with us, all of your text exists on the page, so Google will see it all. That's also the reason why we used the 4 full stops to separate the text, to identify the start of the Multilingualizer block and the end of the block, and then also the 2 full stops in the middle, because then inside a Google snippet, if somebody's searching in French, for example, it'll pull out a French snippet. If that's at the start or the end of block, then the user will just see 4 dots and they'll think that that's a normal snippet. So let me show you the second part. So you see the second part is slightly different. I prefer the first one. The first one was start your block, do your entire block, separate your block with the 2 dots, do your next block, and then finish it off. But you have the option, you can do it sentence by sentence if you like. So in this case here we have a block that goes this far. So you see the 4 dots at the beginning and the 4 dots at the end and 2 dots in the middle. And then there's another block here. Okay, so you can have as many blocks as you like inside your Squarespace editor or Shopify or WordPress, whatever you're using. Now if you wanted to have more languages, you would just put an extra dot, an extra couple of dots. So I'll show you that. I'll put another version. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. I put it in here. I will have to change the configuration so that I get an extra language selector. Okay, so this one is now going to be called Klingon. Oh, what happened to my font? Okay. Etc. etc. Right. So I'll save that. Okay, and if you haven't installed the Multilingualizer yet, then this is probably going to look a little bit scary to you. This is changing, but it is very simple. All that happens is this very top part, you have the English and you have the French. Okay, so I'm going to copy that entire row. I have to change this number, you just have to increase it. And I'm going to write Klingon in there, because you can use literally any language. Okay, so now you see that we've saved that. We've got English, French, and Klingon. Now if I go back up to the top, if I refresh this page, It should have English, French and Klingon. We're in English, you can see that's in bold, and it hasn't displayed any of the Klingon. If I switch to Klingon, you see it's got the Klingon text, okay? And you remember that we actually didn't translate everything there. Okay, so it's just displaying that part. That's how it works. It's really super simple, easy enough for anybody to use. Once you've got it set up once, it's easy to get. It's easy to then change any languages you want. You can do page by page. You don't have to translate your entire site. So you see in this example, I haven't translated the Contact Us page, but it doesn't matter. The Multilingualizer just ignores it. So, yep, it's very easy to use. If you've got any questions, there's tons of questions and answers on this page. But just remember, this is the best version for search engine results. It's also really easy to use, and there's no subscription fee. So go ahead, sign up. Money back guarantee. Go for it. Don't delay. Do it now.